All right, all right. Hey, you guys. It's David at Bali and Beyond, and I'm here with Deanne Matley.
Well, it's actually Deanne Matley, but
Okay,
cool.
Deanne. I was close.
I respond to Deanna.
Yeah,
And Diane.
we've only known each other for about 10 years. But I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. So we have known each other through work. If any of you watched any of these before, we've done a couple of different fellows have been here that are part of my men's group. Like Jeff Lawrence has been here, Morris has been here,
nice.
and Eric Mortimer's been here.
Of course.
And Deanne is been over for quite a few years. Been part of there's a group that's affiliated loosely. Can we say we're loosely affiliated?
Yeah.
And
we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Women's group, and they do whatever they do.
We basically dance naked and around and just hug each other and stuff.
That's why we don't get invited. Of course, that's what we're doing around the fire too. Yeah, especially when it's friggin' cold.
We just do it inside because we're smarter.
Yeah, because there's no question. That's one of the things we learned. One of the first things I remember from my men's weekend is that I think it was that women could do everything we could do better, except lift heavy objects.
Not gonna disagree with that. No, I'm just kidding. I love men, so men are my heroes. That's my context. So
it's been an education for me. Really, when I first came to men's team and I first did my men's weekend and first started to kind of fall in love with the men, I didn't really have a big relationship with men. I had a competition with men.
It's very common, yeah.
I had a competition with men, and I competed over women. I competed, in how I showed up.
Yeah.
And I recognized that that shifted anyway, and men became my friends.
Yes.
And not my competitors.
Yeah.
And so now I have a large group of men in my life, and is that the same with? Did you find that it was the same with you and the women?
Oh, absolutely. I think kind of before I didn't trust women, and I had lots of male friends.
Yeah, me too. I had lots of women friends.
Right, because they were like safe, and and until I started to find women that wanted to grow and evolve as women, and we just connected, and now I have an amazing tribe of women that I trust, and I couldn't be me or do what I do if I didn't have my tribe of women.
And so they're probably all over North America.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mine,
Yeah.
with my men. I mean, primarily they're here. I have a big group here, but I also have quite a group of men from all over California for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And New York and
Yep.
yeah. And I have a different relationship with a lot of men who aren't part of my men's organization.
Oh yeah.
It's changed that too.
Of course.
And,
yeah.
And helped me to see sometimes if they're stuck in an old model, an old mode of competition or distrust.
Yeah.
I can have empathy and see through that and build relationship in a different way.
Yeah, for me, over the years, I've realized that it's about quality relationships, not quantity. So I'm not that, I always love meeting and connecting with new men and women, but I've got kind of the core group of people that I, spend the most time with. And that's also usually talking and working on myself. And
I know. Well,
yeah.
We had some speakers in the other night at our men's. Once a month we have the bigger meeting, and where we all get together, and we had this couple in who do a lot of relationship work. They're like this relationship training couple. They were great. Graham, I forget Graham's last name. Graham, I think, is going to come and speak. He and his wife, and they were so spot on, about relationship and the tools of relationship and how. But what they were talking about was that they felt that that one of the key ingredients in a successful long-term committed relationship is that both people had to be committed to personal growth, to
Absolutely.
to doing the work.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Yeah, because otherwise we drop into victim.
Well, I see it as I have a visualization of it of two strong pillars holding up a bridge. Right? So if one pillar is not strong, then the bridge is not whole.
Yeah.
It collapses.
Yeah.
Or I saw it as, the relationship is a third entity.
Yeah.
And how I have a vision of both people holding up this ball, which is the third entity.
Nice.
But if one person takes away, it becomes extremely heavy on one.
But I don't think that I can be committed to my personal growth for the relationship.
Nope.
I think I have to be committed to my personal growth for me.
Absolutely.
And then
the relationship evolves because of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes though, from my experience, it's like I do have to ask myself what's in the best interest of the third entity. Like, is it really worth me having a freak out moment about that? Or there's those things I think about. But my personal growth is absolutely just for me, because how I show up in the world in all areas of my life, not just in my relationship. It's how I show up in my career. It's how I, show up with my family. And so I'm the constant.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. So the other side of it is that Morris was here the other day, and Morris talked about his relationship, and he said that what a gift Evie has been all these years to inspire him.
Yeah.
To keep working on himself, and which is a great context.
I think that's how it should be, in my opinion. I think, people in a relationship, it is about inspiring each other to grow, and to grow together.
Yeah.
If I'm with someone who's also committed to his personal growth and doing the things that inspires me, and vice versa. And
so, why do you think sometimes we pick men and women who are not?
Well, I think
I said we. I said we.
I think there's also perhaps, depending on where we are at in our lives.
Yeah. I'm grateful for every one of those.
Exactly. I've
in my
been
life.
very grateful for my past relationship, even though it's no longer. But I have, I've become on my own, of course, the woman I am today, by doing a lot of growth, which I probably would have never even done with someone else, perhaps.
Yeah.
Right? I kind of got thrown a bit into the fire and went, ah! And then, I found the Family of Women, and I found 12-step programs, and,
Were you with that fellow before the Family of Women?
Yes.
Were you? Oh, so you brought him to us?
Yeah. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
found out about the Family of Women because of the Halloween dance.
Oh.
And that was through, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then I was like, ooh, I want this. And, since 2010. So it's been an amazing journey. And I missed one cycle because I was moving.
Yeah.
And so now I'm back into a program.
Well,
Can you wait?
no.
I need a coffee.
I do. Where's my coffee?
Jeez.
Yeah. I do. It's not the first time I've yawned in this chair.
No, it's okay. I don't take it personally. Yeah.
The first time. Where's my coffee, Earl?
No, I think it's No, I mean, it really depends. I was a very young
James.
woman, and
Yeah.
had a lot to learn.
Yes. Yeah. We were just talking about relationships, and I because I do a lot of work with newcomers in 12-step program. For the most part, none of them are qualified to be in a relationship. Unless they are. If they're married or they're, and the process of growing up is it's tough. Yeah, and I think that I've been single now the last 3 years, and really, I think that I thought I was kind of grown up, and it's been this last 3 years has really been helpful, really been helpful. And
probably gain some clarity on some things.
yes. And
Less distractions.
Totally. And I mean, I love my vision. I love what I'm doing in my life. I love, you know, what I call my purpose, you know. And the whole thing is that I had this conditioned belief system that I was supposed to be in a relationship.
Interesting.
Do you know
that
what I
must
mean?
be like from past life stuff too, huh?
Well, God knows, but no, yes.
God does know,
God
or
knows
universe, or
but whatever it was like, you know, I kind of didn't know how to be if I wasn't with somebody, you know, and so many years. I've married a couple of times, and then I was sharing. I've had a bunch of
short term. Well, no, they were kind of long term.
Like 3 and 4 years, sometimes 2, 3, 4 years relationships with beautiful women that but really I was the common denominator, you know.
Oh, exactly.
And often I picked women that wanted something from me that I couldn't give, and they needed something, and I didn't have it, you know, to give them, and I recognized that you found it. Thank you, James. And it was something only I don't think anybody could give them. You know, something they had to give themselves
first.
And so I think that's rampant actually on the planet. You know.
Well, one thing that my big aha moment the other day was, it's all working on trust and trusting, you know, others, and the big aha was I have to, it's like finally trust myself.
Yes, yeah.
Because if I trust myself, then trust is just a natural, you know, flow, and there's still going to be, you know, perhaps people that'll burn you, but then you can just trust that they're going to do that.
Well,
so it's information you're getting, I guess.
Was needed.
Yeah. So
then it's not a burn.
Exactly. You know, it's like, okay. Oh yeah, I believe in those, you know, gifts, right?
Yeah.
Call it the gift in the garbage bag, as a therapist once said.
Yeah, it's like holy shit.
And I was like, yes.
Did I really need that?
Yeah.
Must have.
It was shitty, but it was sure good.
I know.
Like as Roxanne would say, she's like, I'm looking through the pile of shit for the pony. Like the pony is in the pile of shit.
There's got to be a pony in here somewhere.
There's a pony in here somewhere. I'm gonna find it.
I know that story.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
so here we are.
Here we are.
I think full in the, you know, we'll call it the drama of life, with, you know, lots of tools.
We joke as the women, because we're like, we call them tools, and then we're like, we should be wearing like a tool belt. It's very kind of a masculine, you know, like strapping on this like pink tool belt with all these tools in our pocket. Jewels, gems, maybe? No, tools, but yes.
Information.
Yeah,
designed for living.
Absolutely.
And then the possibility is to be disciplined around practice.
Disciplined. That's something that I'm constantly working on.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah. Because, you know, as again, like I was telling you, I was chatting earlier with someone, and the less distraction for me, the better. And even though I wrote a song called My Favorite Distraction, it's actually about a man, because he literally did. He did distract me from like creativity. I'd be teaching and he'd be texting me, and I'm like, but yeah, discipline, and also allowing myself, like not beating myself up though when like yesterday I was like, I am getting a workout in, it is happening. And so I got home and like hopped on the treadmill, did my weights and my things, and I was like, yes, I did it, right?
Nice, yeah.
Because I was like, oh shit, I don't think my day is gonna squeeze this in, but I squeeze it in, and boom, I was in a shower and then off to a meeting.
So you have a home here?
Well, yes and no.
And a home in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
bi-coastal.
You
Well, even though they're not in. Anyway, it's just.
Yeah. Well, you have something here that has a treadmill.
I'm at my parents' house.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So.
Mom, I'm home.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just, but that again, that discipline, that practice, and for me, it's like I feel like I have to find time, because also, I've got to make sure I'm warming up and doing my vocal exercises, and then.
So how's your singing career? Tell us about that.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, I've been doing it full time now for almost 7 years, which is pretty amazing. I never really thought that I never growing up, I wasn't like, I'm going to be a singer. I sang. So I think what I love most about it is the ability to connect with so many different people on so many levels. And I think that's just, for me, that's why I do it. And the creativity is really starting to come out now. I think now that I'm a little bit more unhinged, right? Where I think I was for about 13 years, I was just kind of...
Pretty tight?
I was pretty closed off and really focused on my marriage at the time, and...
Trying to make that damn thing work?
Trying to make it work. Heck, I was not a perfect wife. Well, I had my things too, but I think now that, I kind of allowing my, that whole, like, the wings to fly kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And, really stepping into that
Your
courageous.
best years are in front of you.
Yeah, that's, when I'm in Montreal, I, like, literally walk down the street and I'm, like, friggin' beaming.
Yeah.
I'm in the metro, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It's such a...
How's your French?
Vibe. It's very good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it your first language?
No, second.
Yes.
I learned it from France, actually.
Really? You lived in Paris?
I lived in France, yeah.
Gay Paris?
Not Paris, no. In the south of France.
Wow.
With a very beautiful family. So we're still very super connected, and yeah. So then that's allows more opportunities, and so we've been spending quite a bit of time in Europe the last couple summers and singing in festivals.
Does anybody in Quebec actually understand Parisian French?
Yes, they do. Actually, I've had a few people like, you speak better French than most Quebecers. But anyway, that's it's got a nice ring to it, the Quebecois.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up a little bit of their accents.
Yeah,
now.
you should go to the Maritimes. I'm from New Brunswick,
Oh my goodness, that's a whole other.
Yeah, the kid, yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other accent.
And they mix English in.
The franglais, yeah.
So
it's just something for me. Because I was going back there the last 2 years, back and forth to record the new album. I just was
When's that coming out?
Well, it's already come out.
Okay,
I've already got a new one, like, starting ready to launch for 2020.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And are you doing gigs here?
Yep. So, yeah. I've got the one that's coming up that's really important to me is the International Women's Day. Women Changing Lives.
Yes.
And it's Calgary Family Women Presents.
Yep.
So it's in support of Calgary Family Women and benefits the Making Changes Association, which is a wonderful women's organization.
Nice.
Here in Calgary. So.
And so that's an event at...
So it's at the Ironwood.
Oh, we love the Ironwood.
Yeah, and it's on International Women's Day, and I think it's interesting.
I think I went last year.
I think you did go.
Yeah.
You did go last year.
Yeah.
So we're doing, so it's an annual thing now.
Yeah.
It's becoming an annual thing, and because I believe that more and more women should know about this day. And I don't believe there's an International Men's Day, but we joke because we're like, it's Men's Day every day. Just a joke. Just a joke amongst the women. Well, they don't get a special day.
Isn't that true?
I know, right?
Men's Day every day.
Men's Day every day. We just give us just one day. No, like, again, I love men. So and men, we love that men come to this event as well, because the theme is balance for better this year. So. So it's just a nice way for us to really just kind of come together as women and just to, celebrate us. And
yes.
Just because I think sometimes, I know for myself, I don't celebrate me enough, or I don't celebrate my wins enough. Yeah. It's kind of like, what, I did that? Oh yeah, well, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, did you celebrate that? And I'm like, no. It's like, crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know.
And so
we need publicists. To celebrate our wins.
To celebrate our wins, yeah.
We got to pay people to
remind us.
Yeah. Hey, you did.
Do you remember that win there?
Yeah, you did good.
Yes, we're throwing you a party.
Yeah. Okay, can I come? Yes.
Can I come to my own party? And
so
that's coming up on Friday, March 8th. And
nice.
Yeah, and this awesome guest MC and speaker will be kind of creating the flow for the evening.
Who's that?
Sherry Austin.
Okay.
She's the president of the Rotary Club. So
Really?
she's the first female president.
Like Rotary International or
like
Rotary?
in Calgary here.
Okay.
The Rotary.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple of chapters.
Is there? I
Yeah.
think she's like
One
the
of the
hub of
Yeah, there's a downtown chapter of Rotary.
all Calgary, though,
Yeah.
I think.
Is she? Okay.
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
So
That's really cool, though.
Yeah. Well, she's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, she must be.
She's gonna be kind of running the show. So.
Yeah.
And and then we've got a really cool circus event coming up, Le Cirque de la Nuit. It'll be on April 6th.
At the
At the Palace.
At the Palace.
Yeah.
I'm going to come.
Yeah, come to that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm releasing a brand new single there.
Yeah, I'm going to come. That's so good. You
Yeah.
look great when you get all dolled
Right?
up for
I
the
know.
circus.
When it's
Yeah.
like, la,
Cirque de la Nuit.
Le Cirque de la Nuit.
No. That's my Acadian. No.
It's like, what?
Yeah. So the Circus of the Night.
Yes.
And
That's the translation, yeah.
and it's amazing. Like there's some great artists.
Oh, for
That's going
sure.
to be a great venue.
Yep.
Holy
It was there last year, so.
I wasn't there. I missed last year. See, that gal I was telling you about used to take me to all those things.
I know.
And I watch events come up on, I see them on
Yeah.
Facebook, right? Say, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I missed that.
Well, then you just need to be disciplined and being committed to
go to
buying
those
the
things.
ticket at
Yeah.
least. So then you've bought it.
Yeah.
And
And I
now
do that too. I buy them and I forget.
Oh.
I get tickets and I don't go.
Well, now you just need like a social manager now.
James, put it in the calendar. Cirque de la Nuit. Cirque de la Nuit.
I'm planning on going soon.
Are you?
Are you? Yeah. Well, get your
I've been a
tickets.
few times too.
Get your tickets.
You've been there?
Yeah.
There's somewhere that you can take me. Actually, I've been a few times too.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
make sure this guy gets there. Yeah. It's gonna
That'd
be.
awesome. We'll take Kat too.
It's gonna be a really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. So.
You can dress up too.
Yes. Yeah. We're trying to figure out what I'm wearing for the event still. But.
There's not much of a dance floor there.
Yeah, I think there is, but
there?
it's usually like jam packed. So.
Like
You
you're
know.
right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I
gonna be
went
amazing.
to see. I had my life changed there one night.
Really.
It was it was like quite a few years ago, but I went to see Billy Idol
At the Palace.
at the Palace. Yeah. Now, and you guys probably won't know who Billy Idol is, but White Wedding.
White Wedding.
And Billy was just rocking that place, and I was way out. I went with a friend,
Yeah.
actually a gay friend who hadn't come out, and she wanted me to be her guy to go,
Oh.
and it was anyway. It's a whole other story.
That's for another interview.
And I went to be I was her arm candy, and
Nice.
we were way up about the third balcony, and Billy just started, and I said, "Look, you guys, I'm sorry, I got to go." And I went down, and I was, and he just rocked, and that's such a small venue, right?
Yeah.
And
That must have been like forever ago.
well, it was fairly memorable. we had cell phones.
Oh, well, there you go. Were they flip
I
phones?
remember when it was. It was probably about
10 or 15 years ago.
no, probably 8.
No, it was longer than that ago. Anyway, Billy was, I'll never forget that night.
But you had like an emotional
Oh,
reaction
yeah.
to it. You were inspired.
Yes, yeah, totally. I was totally inspired. It was like, oh my gosh. And because he was so present
Yeah.
in his music, and way more than what I expected. And,
Right.
and I was 10 feet from him.
Right.
As he performed, and he really rocked that place, and so yeah, that was, I don't know.
Maybe it's clearly he still does what he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So do you know what's interesting about that? We were talking about this earlier. So trust denotes that we're going somewhere, or that there's something coming, and if we really love what we do, there's nothing missing.
Absolutely.
And there's no way to lose, because we're already winning. We're already loving what we're doing. So when you're on stage and you're
Yes.
in your element and you're performing and you're there's
And my ego is not at all.
there's nothing
Around.
missing. You're not looking around to see who isn't there.
No. No, I mean, I know for me, I've evolved over time as a
Yeah.
performer. I mean, there's been many moments when I've I'll see someone in the audience and it looks like they're not having a good time, and then all I can do is focus on them and be like, oh my God, I must be sucking. Like it's,
Yeah.
like I've grown up a
In
bit
that.
in that experience of, bless you, that now it's, less.
Yes.
Like there's less and less and less. I just get up there and
Just let it go.
I've started to even let it go more now.
Yeah.
Because I think I also am a perfectionist. I like to say I'm a recovering perfectionist, but
Yes.
let's be honest. So, like I really want to do the best.
Yeah.
But I've also had to remember that I have no control over how the audience is going to feel or respond, and all I can do is do what I do. I know my intention is there, and then let it go. This book says, letting go.
Yes.
It's
a great book.
I haven't read this one.
David Hawkins. Do you know David Hawkins?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
His first book was called Power versus Force.
Okay.
And this is a great book.
Okay. Is this a 12-step? Like, is this a 12-step thing?
Well, no, it isn't. But it's interesting because you would think it is, and it's just he is so amazing. And he of course he did practice 12 steps, but he was I
think everybody should do a 12-step.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, whether that you have no addictions or
we all have addictions.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I know for me, I gained a lot out of doing the 12 steps.
It's hard to discern sometimes, but many of us are addicted to our beliefs. And they're not just substance. It's not just food.
Yes, beliefs about. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's not just food or
the mind.
Yeah, drugs or alcohol or sex or gambling or the merriment of symptoms.
Yeah.
We're often addicted to being right. Our judgments, and so letting go of those things. So a lot of those addictions, though, don't end us up in jail. Right? So they're acceptable.
They're acceptable addictions.
And the drug and alcohol one, the gambling one, sometimes the sex one too. I mean, a lot of those addictions can end us up in some pretty nasty positions.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No, for sure.
Anyway, I agree. I totally agree. I remember one time, I'll tell you this story. I met this lady friend in Australia. And we became like partners for a while. But I met her. I was in Mullumbimby in Australia, and there was a local meeting there, and I was going to my 12-step meeting, and I said to her one evening, "Would you like to come?" And she came to this 12-step meeting with me, and after she said, "Why are you guys hiding this? Everybody needs this." And she was like, "This is amazing. I've never seen that kind of honesty before." And acceptance. And
in a safe place.
And she said, "Why are you hiding?" I said, "Well, actually, we're not.
There's kind of a...
It's available. It's for everybody."
That's adorable.
But not many people actually want to do this work.
Yeah.
This
It's scary.
Yeah.
It can be scary for some people.
Yeah.
I think. They don't want to I think that the possibility is that they're afraid that they'll open up Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And then it's like a shit show.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, I don't know how to deal with this. Right?
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. I mean,
so there's where trust and faith comes in. And that there isn't anything that is going to be revealed that can't be dealt with.
And it's interesting because I also just on the weekend put on a workshop, and I had a good friend of mine, Candace Kendrick, come and do a Manifestation 101 class. And so there's we're all women actually, men were invited too, and again also letting go of the how, really creating what you want out there, but letting go of how that's going to show up, and that's or the attachment to the outcome. And those are some things that I really have to work on, because I'm like, okay.
Not me.
Like, I'm good. Right, right. It's like, I'm going to get there, so I'm going to do this. And then it's like, and then things it's not happening. And then I'm like, but right, because I'm thinking this is how it should happen.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to control the situation. When really I have to be like,
yeah,
okay, I'm trusting.
Yeah.
that you know, or who knows, or whatever, that this is what I want.
Trust and show up.
Yeah.
You know, trust and show
Trust
up.
and show up.
I so relate to what you're saying, because we have this huge goal, if you will, this whole huge vision with these meditation spaces, and my prayer is that I stay out of the road.
Exactly.
That I allow it to happen, and that I trust and I show up. I come to work 7 days a week, but for the most part, I'm not doing what I would have thought I would be doing to make this happen.
Exactly.
I'm providing a service, like us getting together is that big part of that service, and doing meditations.
There's
and
still
stuff like
action.
Yes.
There's still responsibility.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I want $1 million and then sit on your ass.
You got to buy a fucking ticket.
Yeah, exactly. I know. You can't sit at home and be like, all the money is going to come to me. I'm just going to sit on my beautiful meditation stool. I'm just going to meditate all day, and then the money is just going to start like flowing in.
There's that prayer, right? God, he told me, to pray for $1 million, and he said, well, give me a break here and buy a ticket.
Yeah. That's true. You gotta do some things. So you create a really cool space.
Yeah.
And you have a vision.
Yep.
Right. And then you gotta let go of how you think it's gonna look, and then just keep. For me anyway, just keep kind of following what my intuition is. With my next CD project already. Keep saying yes. Things just kind of started coming to the name already came to me through a download, and I was like, okay, this is happening. Still don't know super how that's gonna. It's just trusting. So
what's your last album called?
It's called Because I Loved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's all about relationships.
Yeah.
That we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So
freedom.
Because I loved. And I realized, I've shared this many times now, but when my husband and I split, I was so heartbroken. I was like, where did Deanne go? She went down this dark tunnel, and
that's where the action is.
Right? I was in the shit, and I was eating the shit, and I was smelling the shit, and so I remember my sister said, Deanne, you got to sit in the shit, and you got to do all the things. And I remembered after I kind of started to get back up, I was like, I wrote this really great poem too around it, blah, blah, blah. And I remember, I forget where I'm going with this, but the pain was so, I finally understood what a lot of other songs were about.
Yes.
Because I'd never really fully experienced heartbreak.
About that album.
Yeah. Right? So then, that was why I felt, then I've kind of did the whole spectrum. From beginning to end of a relationship.
Nice.
And now I'm not afraid of heartbreak anymore.
So how could people buy that?
Oh, through iTunes.
iTunes, okay. Yep. Nice.
iTunes, yeah. You can stream it on all the streamings, but
what makes a difference if they buy it?
It's
helps pay the bills.
Helps me, have a sandwich every once in a while. That's
right. Yeah. We have a Patreon page.
You have Patreon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because this is like a mission and a vision and a purpose and a higher purpose, and some people came and chatted with us about it and said, what, people might want to support you in this.
Well, you could do I did some research around all because I did for this last album, I did a Indiegogo campaign. Yes. So I did some research on, I actually had a beautiful team to help me do some research on what was the best way to kind of raise funds, and so that's how I found out about Patreon. So that's cool that you're doing that.
James, I think the phone rang. Do you have it on?
And this is how the phone. I love this. This is just in the moment, real.
Must have been that one over there then.
James, if you go in my bag on the other side there, I think I brought a copy of the album just to show.
Thank you.
Might be on the.
We want you all to go to.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Deanne Matley's page, and
yeah.
Can you see here? Can you see that, Earl? Yes? There we go. Yeah, good. Can you take a picture of it?
Yep.
Yeah. And then we're going to, so you can get this, there, like this, and then we'll put this on, here you guys. Should it be that high or kind of, there we go.
Getting closer.
Okay.
Closer. Move over closer.
Okay.
Like we like each other?
We're just getting to know each other.
I know, right?
Oh, that's a beautiful picture.
Yeah. Yeah, that was in Montreal. Yeah.
Because I loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's super. And this is your band?
It's my band, my Montreal Cats. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And and what genre would you call this?
This is vocal jazz.
Is it?
Yeah, but I believe that there's a song on there for everybody.
Wow.
Yeah. Because and every song has a tie into relationship. So whether it's lust, love, heartbreak, connection, intimacy, Journey's tune, Open Arms is on there.
Wow, I love it.
You know. So it really, it was a really great project for me to do at that time. Mm-hmm. And I'm so proud of it. And now I'm just ready. I'm excited for the next one. You know, it's kind of like, because that's the creative part.
The next album has a title?
It's a secret right now.
Okay, secret title. Next
But
album.
I am releasing a bunch of singles.
Are you?
So those are coming up. So I'll make sure to keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
And one of them will be at the circus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, come with us, you guys, to Cirque du Lion.
La Nuit.
Nuit.
And Women's Day celebration, because that is such an empowering event.
Yeah. Well, that'll sell out.
Oh, yeah, it will sell out.
That'll
Our
sell out.
tickets are already rolling.
So how can people support that if they can't come?
Good question.
You know, because it's such a small venue.
Well, I mean, I guess, with making changes, you can always go and make financial donations.
So we're going to put the links for everything, including the music.
But I think if people can't come, I think it's just you celebrate yourself on that day. If anything, do something good for you. If you're a woman, and
If you're a man, celebrate your woman.
Yeah.
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 And your daughters.
Yeah, your
I'm
daughters.
so lucky. I have a daughter.
Do you have a daughter?
Amazing daughter, yes. A beautiful daughter.
You should bring her to. Is she here in Calgary?
No, she's in Squamish.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
Emily, I hope you're watching.
Yeah, it's
She said to me the other day, she said, Dad, I watch your videos kind of, a little bit sometimes. and I said, so just say something, like just say, hi, Dad, anything, because it's nice. It's wonderful when we're doing things like this. If somebody says, oh, I know Deanne, or tell us a story, say anything, or ask a question.
And I think in these kind of situations, they're so just authentic in the moment. Like I've shared some stuff that I'm like, oh crap, should I have said that?
Said that.
Shit.
But
whatever,
I had again Morris here the other day, and sometimes I say the F word.
Oh.
Not a lot, but it comes out sometimes, and I'm not. I mean, we have pretty much an adult audience, and I think it's okay.
Yeah.
And he did. And then later he called me and said, can you take those out? I said, too late.
Too late.
But we're going to we put this all on YouTube. So today we're on Facebook Live.
Facebook Live, yeah.
And then we download and put it on YouTube. And so forever.
Forever.
Because I think on YouTube there's a chance when people Google you, and they will. And this interview will come up.
They're going to hear some inside track of Deanne. Well, and I'm trying to, on my Facebook page, I'm trying, again, discipline, Heart Sundays. Mm-hmm. So, because sometimes as an artist, I find, I find that for me, I need to have a balance of, between how much I'm talking about the shows and...
Yeah.
But I also want to find at least once a week where I can just share a little bit about me without being oversharey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's just hey, this is sometimes how I feel, or this is what I've been doing. I kind of was really quiet in January on social media because I was just taking time to reflect for me. Yeah. Where I don't want social media to be a job. I want it to be authentic and but still it's just another way to connect.
Yep.
I think for me, if it's done for me, for my own personal self, I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like too.
Well, I can talk with you more about that because I have a guy that I follow who I love. His name's Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah. And if you go on YouTube and subscribe to Gary, he's got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of information about getting out there. But his deal is give away your content. Talk about making an album, talking about, I
don't have any secrets. What I know is what everyone else is kind of knowing.
Well, yes, but I mean, even about how you put things together. Yeah. Lots of people would like to create an album, you know, and you could talk about that on an ongoing basis, and how to what it feels like to get in front of an audience when you've had a bad day, and you know, those kind of things.
That's a good point.
And
Yeah.
you know,
It's kind of like the show must go on. You know,
Yeah,
your
to
really
show
good
up
friend
even-
just died.
Yeah.
But you still have to go put a smile on because
Yeah.
the people that just paid money to,
yeah,
you know.
because you're
like,
coming to do that. That's
Yeah.
you're a professional.
I've definitely been there on stage
Yeah.
where I've had like a really shitty
Yeah.
thing going on, and I just had to go.
Either suck it up or cry on stage.
I will. Well, no, crying swells the chords.
Does
I
it?
mean, well, you
Yeah.
gotta channel though. You can still channel it.
Yeah, that's right.
So I remember one time I sang one song with the big band, but I was channeling some emotion, but it was like feisty,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I sang the shit out of the song. I was like, "Damn, girl," because
Yeah.
it was just like, bleh. I didn't hold anything up. I just channeled it, and I was like, I gotta like lock and load that because it was amazing.
Yes.
You know,
So you have that.
people in the audience were like, "What just happened?" I'm like, "Oh man, that was better than sex." Like those kind of,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, "Oh, this is why I do this again." You know,
Yeah.
This is why I sing, or when I'm singing, and all of a sudden, my whole body is just vibrating.
Yeah.
It's like the best feeling in the world.
So that's being present.
Yeah, totally.
That's a God moment. You know.
I
That's a,
believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really.
Yeah.
You know, you're really there.
There.
Time stands still.
Time stands still. I remember when I was doing a musical, I played Eva Perón in Evita. It was amazing role. I remember one time me and Che were dancing in our, you know, choreographed thing, and I'm singing, and all of a sudden I just remember like time and space just stood still.
Yeah.
And my mouth was still singing, but it was just like this moment of like crazy, like I don't know what happened. I like exited my body or something. I mean, and the show kept going. I'm like, what just happened?
I just read about that in this book
It was
today.
so cool.
Yeah, it's a peace that passeth all understanding. It's like,
Gosh.
oh my gosh. And you see how we're all connected.
Yeah.
You know, we're all one.
Yeah.
That space of oneness. You've had that.
I've experienced the oneness.
Yes. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll write a song about it.
Yes.
But again, I'm not supposed to have any distractions.
Of course, you can't call it me and the one, because when there's the one, there's no me.
Right.
Yeah. There's
Right.
just
Well,
the one.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that could be the line. I think you're writing this song for me. Oh, Dora, I'll credit you. I love those moments too. Like my niece, she's 12. She's freaking amazing. Well, my niece and my nephew are amazing.
Yes.
And she sat there, and I don't want to share it because I have to keep some of these little things secret. But she just sat there, and she just had this most profound statement just came out of her 12-year-old mouth, and I just went.
Better write that down.
I'm writing that down. I'm like, but don't worry, I'll credit you when it's
Yeah.
a big hit. Because it was just like, I call them like the downloads, right?
Yeah.
And I think for songwriting, for me, like I'm not the kind of person that sits and just journals. And I actually don't. Everyone has their own way. All of a sudden, I'll just get and then a whole song will be done.
Yeah. Well, when there's the one, there is no me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh. Like when I was writing lyrics for the new song I'm releasing in April, I had all the music from my buddy, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, right, crap, I gotta write lyrics. Okay. But I can't force lyrics because then they're not authentic.
Yeah.
And so one day I was just walking, and
They started coming.
I was texting with a male friend of mine who I really, really enjoy, and all of a sudden things just started to. That's why I'm grateful sometimes for my phone, because I'm like, oh crap, wrote the whole song.
Nice. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. And you can speak into it too.
And I can speak into it too. I know.
You take pictures
But
with
there's
it.
something that I know. There's something about just like it's like still like writing it.
Yeah.
You know, like I have like an old school, as you can see. I have a journal like this for my calendar. I don't
Wow.
use my phone.
Do we have books like that here?
Like
do.
it's, you know, for me, like I still need something like this for my
Yeah.
life. If I don't have this, I'm
Yeah.
screwed.
All right.
Because I know my gigs are in here, all my appointments, all my coffee dates, all my, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm
So-
kind of old school like that too.
And this is the book that I'm reading right now.
Unfuck Yourself. Yes. Awesome.
Yes, this book is amazing.
I've heard about
Yeah.
this. You are reading it.
I am. I got
Yeah.
the stickies,
Yeah.
I got the highlighter, and the.
I'll
you
read
know,
that if you read
like,
this.
yeah, okay, right?
I've heard about this book.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
actually, I was turned on to this by a friend of mine. He does podcasts. And David Andrew Weeben, great musician and entrepreneur, and he was interviewing this like fairly successful rap producer, and he brought this up, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a book I need to read. Like it was just like, that's what I need right now.
So is it?
Yeah.
You're
Oh no.
getting some good stuff.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
You're-
I was
that's
in
nice.
Mexico reading it. I mean, I had champagne at the same time too, but you know, on the beach. And then of course there I am sitting there, I'm like bawling. What?
Sometimes the third or fourth time through a book
Yeah.
is when it, stuff dawns on me. And I like this one is, I don't know, maybe half a dozen times or more, the Letting Go book.
Yeah,
More.
sometimes it was just your body or your intuition knows. You know, Brené Brown, there was, after my separation, I was like, what am I feeling? What is going on with me? I couldn't pinpoint what was going on with me until a friend of mine sent me another woman wrote about divorce or whatever. And she's like, there is no shame in divorce. And I went, oh, I feel shame.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what book I had to read. It was The Gifts of Imperfection. I had owned it. I had, started it. I was like, just like, read the book.
What's called again? The
The Gifts of Imperfection.
Nice. Who by?
Brené Brown.
Brené Brown. Okay.
I read that book, like cover to cover, and I was like, okay,
Nice.
moving on.
Yeah.
But it was
Pitter patter.
so neat how sometimes books just,
Yep.
you've either had them for a while,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I really got this book.
Yeah.
Or you're like,
Yeah.
like Eckhart Tolle and me,
Yeah.
not a thing yet.
No.
No. I mean,
I think I'm going to read him next, actually, after this.
Phil,
Because I read this every day live.
oh, do you?
I read this like I'm here, chapter 14, and I've read all of this over the last month or two to my audience.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so it's usually 20 minutes or so, and I read, 5 or 6 pages. And
Do you
sometimes
do like the cosmic, like, this is what I'm
oh,
reading?
no, I'm reading the book.
Oh, you're reading,
up
like-
to here, and start at the beginning.
It's like a book club kind of, but
Well,
like live.
it is, but it's me reading so often. Sometimes I'll have to read a paragraph 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I understand
to them,
that.
Like, I do. I read. Did you get that? And like, and they're watching, and it's because some of it's so good
All right, I'm gonna take a picture of that.
and so different when
Is it an easy read though? Because I find that,
of course it's
like,
easy
I find
read.
Eckhart Tolle a bit hard.
Well, no, this is different. This is meaty. Are you interested in emotions?
Emotions? Me?
Yes.
A woman?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
So, but what happens with this is a lot of us don't know how to, first of all, let go of them. To let
Yeah,
them
yeah.
let them go, and a lot of us don't know how to label them. We don't know what we're feeling, and so there's a lot of depth in. So let's talk about grief.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about apathy and depression. So he talks about fear. His whole thing on fear is amazing. Desire. So anger, pride, courage, and then into
Love.
Yeah, and love is amazing. So
Oh my God, love is
Love is
freaking amazing.
but so it's so well done that if when you read this, if you read this 2 or 3 times, it's like, oh, I know what I'm feeling.
Right.
My whole idea is I call that consciousness.
Yes.
I know what I'm feeling is consciousness. It's like, oh, because consciousness is not about outside. It's about
But it's also
inside.
when you're ready to also hear it too.
Of course,
Like
yeah,
sometimes like you watch a movie. I usually don't watch a movie more than once, except for Dirty Dancing. That was a movie I watched over and over again. But like
me and Patrick Swayze are buddies.
I
yeah.
know. Right?
I
I've
like-
had the time of my life. Come on, that's like the best
I
ending
know.
ever.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
But you watch a movie, they say, and then like you watch it again, you're like, I don't even remember that part of the movie, right? It's like it's only for me. I find that I hear things when I'm supposed to, so I might have missed it in one,
Yeah,
and then it comes back to me, and then I'm like,
it's a bit romantic.
yeah, can be.
That book's that
Isn't it romantic?
story's a bit romantic. Yeah, and it's good when we want to feel the romance.
Yes.
Because it's the unlikely romance too. The summer camp romance. Really, it was a great show. It's funny that we could both quote lines from that.
I know
That
that movie
movie,
was
yeah.
that movie was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Like
So maybe I'm a bit romantic too.
Well, you know, I think there's a little romance in everybody. I think.
Yeah.
But
How long have we been at this? We should probably
wrap.
Yeah.
50 minutes.
Wow. Blah 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 blah.
Fun. Well, so the couple of points we want to make is Deanne has her next big gig is at the Ironwood here, and it's for International Women's Day, and we're going to put all the links on this so that you know you can kind of cue into International Women's Day, and that's going to be a sold-out event for sure.
Yeah.
And tickets are on sale now.
Yeah.
At the Ironwood.
No, on Eventbrite.
On Eventbrite, and we'll put that link on here. And then the next gig in town that you're involved with will be the Circus of the Night.
Le Cirque de la Nuit.
Le Cirque de la Nuit.
Yes. And those tickets are like selling fast.
I have
I think all the VIP tickets are already gone.
I have New Brunswick French. Actually, it's Albert County French, which is.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, no, you have to be there. It's that part of New Brunswick, and that's a fun event.
It's an amazing event.
I think they had their private boxes.
Yeah.
Selling out, I think.
They're
almost.
sold out.
Are they? Wow. And well, anyway, and you had to buy 10 or 6 or 8 tickets to get a private box. Yeah, it was cool.
I'm just the hired help.
Yeah.
So I don't really know all the things.
What's the guy's name that kind of puts that on? Isn't there one fellow who's kind of was the leader of that?
No, it's a whole troupe.
Is it?
Yep. It's a whole troupe. So it's not just one person.
There's not one person that was kind of the. No.
No, it's a team.
Is
There's
it?
They've been
mostly Calgarians.
They're all Calgarians.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great
and they
show.
formed it, many years ago. They formed the troupe,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been as a troupe have been building and building it. So
I've been to 2 or 3 times,
Yep.
but I've never been to that venue. There was one on McLeod Trail when we were at the back alley.
Marquee Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only been. I performed one at the Dickens back in the day.
Dickens, yes,
Dickens
I did.
Pub.
I went to Dickens down in the basement.
I love Dickens
We had
Pub.
so much fun down there.
I love Chris. Chris is the
Yeah.
owner, and he's amazing entrepreneur and DJ, and I love that space.
So it's not big enough anymore.
No, that's the only thing. But it's a great space.
Mm-hmm.
You can play pool and
I think we were
darts
there
and-
together.
Yeah, you must. I think.
Yeah.
I sang. That was a while ago now.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
So and then Deanne's albums are available on
iTunes, and Google Play,
and Google Play.
And,
so buy away and support our local musicians. I think that art is like creativity is so important in our culture. And
well, that's music. If we didn't have music,
we'd be screwed.
Yeah, I think, but that's just because I'm.
No, but it's true.
I'm the kind of person that doesn't like silence.
True.
I like something always has to kind of be on.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Bare Naked Ladies. This
Wow.
has been my jam the last couple days.
Wow.
The album Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
And again, revisiting an album from so long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm finally actually hearing the lyrics.
Yeah.
There's this one song, and it just cracks me up. The lyrics that he's talking about his box set. And I understand now because I have 5 albums. I'm like, I could create a box set. But he talks about how each one, and it's just hilarious because I can so relate now to what the songwriter was talking about.
So we got to go. We could talk all night.
You could.
And it's been great. Thanks so much.
Yes, and say hi on social media. I'm on Instagram and Deanne Matley Music, and
we're going to put the links on this, so you
come
can
and say
find
hi and
Deanne and listen to her music. Probably put some of your music on there sometimes. Do you like some of your songs?
Yeah, I've got some live videos and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks you guys for watching.
Thank you.
We'd love it. A couple of quick things. If you meditate,
Yes.
if you don't meditate, meditate's for winners. Just saying. If you don't meditate, it doesn't make you a loser, but whatever. I think.
I don't know what I am right now. I'm like
You're
a part-time meditator.
No, we didn't talk about meditation, but you have a history of meditation.
I think I meditate when I'm writing.
Yeah,
I think meditation looks in different ways.
The 11th step says we sought through prayer and meditation.
That's true.
To improve our conscious contact.
But meditation can. I'm messing the whole other we're not even gonna get it. And I'm like.
So anyway,
but it's a lovely stool.
They're
I'm
amazing.
sitting on it. Yeah.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 It's comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been
I
here
mean,
for
I
an hour.
could sit cross-legged, but
Yeah.
you know, that's just maybe I need to open my hips up more or something.
Well, it's taken me a while. I've been doing this for a while, and it's taken me. I've been I sit on my stool regularly. What happens is, if you have one of these, it's pre-programmed to call you in the morning. It'll say, Deanne, come meditate, come sit on me.
Come put your butt down.
Put your butt down. And then it's not really a meditation stool, it's a rocket ship. It'll skyrocket you into the fourth dimension of existence.
That's how you have to sell it.
Yes, or
That's
infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Who does infinity and beyond? Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah.
Buzz Lightyear. So
from Toy Story.
Toy Story, of course. And but it will. But you know, you have to sit in it to believe me. And so everybody get one of these. And if you have an office and you have a place, you know, where you want your staff to meditate, or if you work in an office, talk to your boss. You need these, okay? And they come with cushions or without, and they're a hell of a deal. And we had to make their teeth. Just feel it.
Yeah, I know, these are solid.
This is going to last for a long, long time. Okay, you guys, that was it. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We'd love it if you do that. And this video is going to be on YouTube. You can come back and listen again and again and again. And love you lots. Cheers. Bye.